Today we are going to solve a question called as binary tree tilt. We are given with the root of a binary tree and we need to return the sum of every tree node's tilt. And your question could naturally be, what is a tilt? Yeah. So let us see. The tilt of a tree node is the absolute difference between the sum of all left subtree node values and all right subtree node values. If a node does not have a left child, then the sum of all the left subtree node would be treated as a 0. The rule is similar if the node does not have right child. So in this tree's case, the tilt of this node is 0, tilt of this node is 0, tilt of this node is 1, and then finally we add 1, 0 and 0 to give 1 as the final answer. Let us understand this with help of another example. So the tree that we are given with is 4, 2, 9, 3, 5 and 7. This is your tree. So we need to build tilt tree first, and then once the tilt tree is built, then we'll add all the elements of this tilt tree and that will be our answer. So let us see how to go with that. I am going to first start with the leaves and then we'll go slightly one step further up, right? So what about 3? 3's tilt is going to be 0 because it doesn't have left node, it doesn't have right node, so 0 minus 0 is going to be 0. And once the tree tilt is decided, it returns the total value of the subtree itself. So what is the total value of this subtree? It is 3. So it returns back 3. What about 5? 5 doesn't have any left node or right node, so this is also going to be 0. So it is 0 and then it also returns back 5. Now we go to this particular node. So for this node, the return value was 3 and the return value was 5 from the right. 3 minus 5 is going to be minus 2. And we take absolute value of this returned integer, return term, and minus 2 is going to be written as 2. Then what is the total value of this segment? 3 plus 2 plus 5 and that is 10. So this returns 10 and we reach root node. Now let's take care of the right subtree. So let's start with 7. 7 doesn't have left child or right child, so it is also going to be 0. And then it returns 7. That is the total of this subtree. We go to this node and here as well. There is no left child, so that is going to be 0. And 0 minus the returned value. So 0 minus 7 is minus 7 and we take the absolute value, so it becomes 7 here. We write 7. Then it returns the total value. So total will be calculated as 7. 7 from here. Returned value from here was 0. So 0 plus 7 plus the value of the node itself. That is 9. So 9 plus 7 is going to be 16. So 16 is returned from here. And then we finally reach root node. 10 from left, 16 from right. So 10 minus 16 is going to be minus 6 and we take absolute value. So it becomes 6 here. And then because we have already reached the root node, we don't need to worry about 10 plus 16 plus 4 as the return value. So finally, this is the tilt tree that we have got and it is simple now. We just need to add all the elements here. So 6 plus 2 plus 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 and we get 15 and that is our answer. So let us see how to code this question. So I am going to do a DFS visit to calculate this total that we need to return. So I will have a function with the name DFS that will accept root, and this will return the total. I'll take one variable total, which is a global variable here, and this is the value that we'll finally be returning back. So we call DFS with root, and this function will internally calculate total, update total in the end, and then we'll return total as a result of it. This is going to be a recursive function, so let us take care of the termination condition first. So if there is no root, then just return 0, and we don't need to touch total because it is 0 by default. Then what happens? We go to left side, so left is going to be DFS of root dot left. Then we go to right side, so that is going to be DFS of root dot right. Now I'm reminding you, the return value was always the total of the tree, the total of the subtree. So total of the subtree is going to be left plus right plus root dot value, while the thing that we need to calculate and we need to return is the total of tilt. So let us see what is going to be the tilt of this node, and the tilt of this node is going to be left minus right, and we take absolute value of it. So math.abs left minus right. This is the tilt. So we add it to our total, and then finally we return root dot value plus left plus right. So total is done, return value is done. That means everything is done. Let us see if it works. It does. For example cases, it does. Let's submit it. Yeah, I think it is good, and it is faster than 100%. So I think we are doing great.